So we'll take a quick look at the packaging here. So here on the front we got the 3 Spider-Mans in the iconic scene from the movie. Here on the side we've got some cool artwork of the 3 Spider-Mans there. Then on the back we've got some renderings of the figures here, and it's pretty cool that they have each Spider-Man's logo behind the figures. And then we have all the accessories that they come with here. Then some more cool artwork of the 3 Spider-Mans here on this side. We just got the spider logo there at the top. So let's go ahead and get them open and check these guys out.
Peter!
Hey! You okay?
So here's what they look like out of the packaging. So we got Tobey, Tom, and Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans there. They each come with 2 extra sets of hands, and each one of them come with a web line here. Alright, so now we'll start with Tobey Maguire and work our way this way for a closer look. So here's a closer look at Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. On the face you can see a lot of the lines are sort of off a little bit because they are raised lines. So the silver, if it's even off to the side just a little bit, you can't hardly see it, and a lot of it is that way. So you can see sort of like that line there, and then right there it looks like it's not even any silver on it right there, or a lot of these little spots here, but I think some of it's off to the side. But yeah, a lot of those lines seem like they're missing or just messed up, because like right here they're there but they're off to the side, so it just makes it look weird where you can't really see the lines all that great. But the eyes don't look too bad. There's a little bit of a spot on here. I don't know if you can see that, hang on, but it looks like some of the paint got messed up right in there, just a little bit, but it's not too bad. And then we look at some of the lines on the chest. The logo looks nice on there. The lines are sort of that way, mainly on the head, which is unfortunate because the head's probably one of the biggest things for me. Check out the back a little bit. It's not so bad back here. You can see a little bit up here. See if they're just a little off to the side. It looks weird, like it's missing the lines. So that's one of the troubles with the raised lines. The lines don't look too bad down here. They're still a little bit off, but it is all raised lines. Like all the texturing in between looks pretty good there on the red and blue. One of the things I don't like is here on the shoulder, that little joint sticking out there. I would rather it been all smooth right in there. And then there seems like there's a little bit of a gap between the shoulder and like the shoulder blade area, I guess, right here. It looks weird. It needs to be up a little bit further. Let's check out the arms here. The lines look pretty good on the arm. Got the fisted hands there, if it will focus. Looks pretty good. Some more texturing underneath there. And I did notice this part, the red here, looks a little bit darker than the red up here. The red overall on this figure, I thought looked a little bit darker on some of the promotional, well, the red and blue looked a little bit darker on the promotional images and even on the box, which I feel like it would have been more accurate if it was a little bit darker. More texturing down here. Got the boots here, or the feet. Lines don't look too bad down here. Logo on the back looks pretty good, and it does go underneath here. Oh, I got a little bit of a spot there. Oh man, I like the texturing a lot, looks good. So he comes with the wall crawling hands, what they said. They all, each one of these 3 have different variations of wall crawling hands. So he's got sort of like a scrunched hand and wide open hand. Well, not wide open, it's just slightly crunched there. Got the lines on there. Actually looks pretty good. Which on the front of the package, it shows 2 of these type of hands. But I mean, I don't mind them being a little bit different. And then the webbed hand, or thwipping hands. Let's see those there. They don't look too bad. I feel like the lines on these look better than on the head. We'll go ahead and move on to Tom Holland Spider-Man. I'll get into the articulation here in a little bit. They actually painted in the lines on this one. And unfortunately, a lot of the Tom Holland ones, when they paint in the lines, because the lines on these are actually like sinking in instead of raised, but they always turn out to look sort of grayish rather than black. They don't look near as clean on the actual figure as it did on like the box and everything. It looked solid black. I think it sort of bleeds a little bit when they put it in sinking like that. So this is pretty much the same figure that we'd gotten the integrated suit, this one here, and this one's all broken and messed up, so forgive it. It has all glue and stuff on it, but this is the other one we had. So this other one was a little bit brighter red compared to this one's a little darker, which is more film accurate. I'll compare them more a little bit, but we got the spider logo there. It's cool. Got all the lines there. And it's a little bit darker red and the darker bluish color there. Got the gauntlets on the arms still. That red's darker than it should be. We got lines down here. Got a little bit of a mess up there. A line, oh man. Check out the back a little bit. That gold looks really nice. And the gold logo on the back looks nice. I like that gold a lot. And I'll compare them to this one just a little bit. So you can sort of see the differences. The gold on this one looks a lot better. And a little bit of a darker blue on this one. And the gold stands out a lot better on this one here. And obviously the painted in web lines there. Quick look at the back. Pretty similar. Just the colors are different. And one of the major differences is this new figure comes with the hands that he has on here. So the wall crawling hands here. The original one did not. Check those out. Which they don't have the black lines on like the red part. And I'm not sure if he had those on his suit in the movie. I think he did. The webbing or the thwipping hands here. And they don't have the black lines. The fisted hands. Which don't have the black lines on them either. So this one's probably my favorite out of the 3, but the colors are a lot different than on the packaging, because on the packaging it's a bright red and bright blue compared to the actual figure has like a metallic finish on it, so it's a darker, more metallic red and blue, which I don't mind. I wish it would have been a little bit lighter though. The lines look really good on this figure though. They said the web lines are raised, but it's ever so slightly, because it's not like the Tobey McGwire one where it's really raised up. But the eyes look pretty good. Check out the logo here. Looks pretty nice. All that texturing looks really good on the blue part there. Down on the legs here. I got the shoes here. I really didn't see much wrong with this one as far as any like quality control issues. Looks pretty good. The logo on the back there looks really cool. Back of the head there. And there is some texturing in the red part too. Oh, there's a little spot there. Little red dots there on the back. And there's a little bit on the back of this one too. And this one sort of has that same issue that I didn't like on the Tobey McGwire one, where you have that joint sticking out right here. I would have rather it just been all smooth right in there. It would have looked a lot cleaner. Sort of like they did on the Tom Holland one. How it's all clean right there. You don't see that joint. So that bugs me. It's not the biggest thing. You can sort of hide it if you raise it up like that, but it's just one of those things. Overall, this one's pretty cool. So he comes out of the box with one fisted hand there, and then I'm not sure what this hand is really. I guess it's supposed to be like his wall crawling hand or something. His other wall crawling hand, which is pretty normal. Lines look pretty good on there. And his other fisted hand looks pretty good. And there's even a little bit of texturing, if you can see that. It's whipping hands here. And a cool little detail on Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is you can actually see the web shooters right there on his arm. This is pretty cool. Both arms there. That actually looks really cool. That's a cool little added detail there. And they all come with one of these web lines here. So it comes with 3 of them, the translucent ones, which we've seen a few times before. But so now I'm going to go through the articulation on each figure. And if you don't care about the articulation, you can skip forward about 2 or 3 minutes. But for Tobey McGwire Spider-Man, he can look down about that far and up just a little bit, and rotation side to side a decent amount. For the arms, he can reach up pretty far. They all have the butterfly joints there. So it helps sort of that range of motion in the shoulders. And then we do got the bicep swivels here. And the double jointed pinless elbows. Horizontal hinge here. So he can go... Here, I'll turn it this way so you can see a little bit better. So for the ab crunch, he's got like a ball joint in there, and then the ab crunch as well, which helps. So this is a combination of the two. So he can bend over pretty far. It does look a little bit blocky back in through there, but I mean, it's not horrible. He can go side to side, a little bit, not too bad. And then back, he can bend back pretty far, which is good for Spider-Man figures. Paint goes up underneath there, which is pretty cool. We don't get a waist cut or anything in there, which is probably pretty good because it keeps that style in there. So he can kick forward that far. Back just a little bit, but not a lot. We got the thigh cuts up in there. Double jointed pinless knees. And let's see here. The ankles or feet go down about that far. And up quite a bit. And rotation to the side there. And peg holes on the bottom. Tom Holland here. So he can look down about that far. And up a little bit, but not a whole lot. Some pretty good rotation side to side. He can't reach up quite as far. And he does have the butterfly joints. Oh gosh, he's stiff. Okay. We do have the bicep swivels there. The double jointed pinless elbows. Swoosh. The wrist here. So we've got the horizontal hinge on all the hands here. For the ab crunch, he can bend over just a little bit, but doesn't really have the greatest articulation. And back just a little bit there. And he can't go side to side, so that's frustrating. We do have a waist cut there. It looks a little bit weird, a little blocky there. He can kick forward that far, which is pretty high. Back just a little bit. Not a whole lot there. We do have thigh cuts here. Double jointed pinless knees. And ankles go down a little bit. And up a little bit. And rotation to the side there. And pegs on the bottom. So for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, he can look down that far, up just a little bit, and rotation side to side there, or pivot just a little bit there. He can reach up pretty far, which is good. Butterfly joints are a little limited for him. We've got the bicep swivels, double jointed pinless elbows there, horizontal hinge for the wrists. We got the ball joint and ab crunch there. So all the way forward. Oh gosh. All the way back there. You can kick forward that far. Back just a little bit. Got the thigh cuts here. And double jointed pinless knees. And ankles go down that far. And up just a little bit there. And rotation to the side. And we do have peg holes on the bottom there. And I did notice there's a little bit of red paint in there too on that little hinge right in there. So overall, I think Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is my favorite out of these three, and unfortunately Tobey Maguire's is my least favorite, which is sad because I've really wanted a Tobey Maguire figure for a while. But just a lot of the lines, the silver seems off, so it doesn't look quite as good. And then just the red and blue are both too bright, so the colors are off. And then the gap between the shoulders there isn't a huge issue, but it does bug me. But I mean, it doesn't look horrible. It's just my least favorite out of the three. I do appreciate the variations in the wall crawling hands, which is pretty cool. And Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is a little bit darker in color than the ones we've seen on the package. But I mean, it actually looks pretty cool like that. And the Tom Holland one I could have done without, except for my older one was broken. So that's why I'm actually happy to have this one. And it does look slightly better, but the lines just don't look that crisp. They look like a dark gray instead of a black. But yeah, overall this 3-pack's not too bad. And I'm glad we got so many hands, a lot of different hands and stuff, which is pretty cool. So now I'm going to go put them on the shelf I cleared off for them. So on my shelf over here, right here's where the Mandalorian was, and I moved all of them down here so that I could put all of these guys right here. They got their own shelf. And then once they come out with like some of the others, like Green Goblin and stuff, I'll put those back there. They look pretty cool up there though. I thought about doing this like that and then getting another one behind Andrew Garfield or something. But I don't know. But yeah, that's what those look like for right now. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe and have a great day.